Hey, what's going on, everyone? Vega here for SerpentX Tech, and I just want to applaud and congratulate some of you who were able to take advantage of the situation, who were spec mining a coin at the very beginning, before it became popular, before all the crypto YouTubers started talking about it, and before it was available on various exchanges or various exchange traded pairs, and we're able to make bank on the situation. We'll talk more about that coin in just a moment, but this is actually a continuation of my previous video where I showed you how you can take bits of data and information provided to you through various tools and identify what is the probability of a particular coin. Because spec mining, you know, there's great risk, but there can also be great rewards. 9 times out of 10, you wind up get left holding the bag, but sometimes you can win out big, and that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. But before we do, a quick word from today's video sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by BT Miners, and on their website you can sign up for their newsletter to get special offers or coupons depending on the service or product that they're offering. And their new website does bring a number of elements into the fold. For example, its mining probability calculator. Just like ASIC miner value, you can see what is the most profitable miner or cryptocurrency to mine at that time. Their miners range all the way from script algorithm to ETC hash, and they also offer repair services for ASICs or miners. Now, obviously, if you have a really old ASIC that parts aren't carried anymore, that might be a little bit harder, but just reach out to their services. See if they have a way to help you repair it. If you can't have your ASICs or your miners in-house with you or at your location, you may want to consider hosting services. Now, while I can't speak to all of these various elements of BT Miners because I haven't had one-on-one experience, do check them out, and by supporting them, you're supporting the channel, and I couldn't thank you enough. But let's get back to the video. If you're a regular of the channel, you know that I use miningpoolstats.stream quite often, and this website is very good. It allows you to look at coins, look at what the pools are available for said coin. You know, profitability is going to be handled elsewhere, but this is a very good, useful tool that I use on my day-to-day. And you can see all the new coins up here in the top left, which I showed you in the last video. And this is exactly what happened with this particular coin. And you know what coin I'm talking about, but it's not the only tool out there. You can also use Bitcoin Talk. Often projects or tokens will be listed on there prior to its release or during its release. There's also Voscoin Talk. It's a growing community. Various projects will like to promote or show up there. Not all of them will be proof of work, though, which we'll talk about in just a moment. And then there's different mining forums out there that you can keep an eye on to look for various new projects. And if you obviously do your research and look into it deep enough, you can identify a token that might have some promise. CoinMarketCap also allows you to see new tokens. If you go to their main website, mouse over cryptocurrencies, and go to recently added, you can see all the new tokens, but they're not going to be proof of work. At least not all of them are going to be proof of work. They're going to be some new Binance Smart Chain token or Solana or whatever. But at least you can see some of the new tokens available. Most people use these for trading. But if you had a similar setup to me, right? Let's say about 700 mega hash and about 5,000 watts, unfortunately, because some of my GPUs are inefficient. Got some of the older gens still with me. We would be mining about 3,000 or less than 3,000 Neoxa a day. However, at the very beginning of this project, before it really caught steam, this coin was only netting me about 100-some thousand a day. Let's say 110,000 Neoxa a day. Every 24 hours, that was what I was earning. But if you think about that, at the very beginning, when I was mining this coin, there were some missed opportunities from me where some of you have took advantage of. Let me explain. As I mentioned in my previous video, a lot of people look at the pools, the fees, the miners, and all that stuff, but they don't scroll down. Scroll down. Because then you can see additional information like what exchanges support this token or what are the trading pairs for this token. TradeOgre only did Neoxa against LTC. They only just recently did the USDT pairing. That is what I am talking about because TradeOgre actually messed up. Let me explain. When a new exchange comes online, that can oftentimes pump the price because now you got traders speculating on it. And if we look here and I get out of your way, you would see this long candle, this long red candle, which means people were selling. And I don't blame them because if you look at the high or the top of this particular position, it was basically 9 cents. It shouldn't have been that high, right? Because the only other exchange available at the time was txbit.io, which actually holds a decent amount of the 24-hour volume. And if we look at it, the high that it was hitting was only 2.5 cents. It got nowhere near what TradeOgre has. So they messed up when they listed this pairing. And if you look at it and we calculate, let's say 24 hours, I made 110,000 of this coin at almost 9 cents or 0.089. That would have been almost $10,000 if I would have saw and sold at that high. Obviously, there was a lot of selling pressure, which is why the coin dropped. The catch-22, though, is if I were to move the coins from my wallet to the exchange, like TradeOgre, I would have to wait for confirmations. 30 confirmations, 50, 100, sometimes 300 or more confirmations. So by the time the funds were available for me to trade, the coin was already back down to 2 cents, 1 cent, whatever it may be. But if you already had your money on the exchange and you were able to take advantage of this candle, you made bank, and congratulations. Good job. Because I actually saw when this was happening. I actually was sitting there, I was doing some work, and I saw the notification come in on Discord and Twitter, and I was paying attention to various outlets, trying to identify like what exactly is going on. You know, things are pumping. And because TradeOgre saw Neoxa pumping on the LTC pairing, they decided, you know what, we're going to open up the USDT pairing. They did, but they put the price too high. I'm not sure what led them to put it at 9 cents, but they did, and people took advantage of it and sold at that incredibly high. And I know if I got 100-something plus thousand Neoxa in a 24-hour time span, and you were mining it for days, weeks, maybe a month at least by that time, when it started to go down as far as 24-hour profits, as far as the amount of coins you got, then yeah, you made bank. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars you made during this candle right here. And I would like to congratulate you. And even if you did miss that, the recent high of 2.5 cents, you know, let's do that real quick. It's still not bad. We're still talking $2,500 just for 24 hours of your time, of your rigs mining a particular coin. 24 hours, you turned something that was probably making only $16 a day into $2,500 or $10,000. And I want to applaud you for that. Now, obviously, you got to comply with your local regulation, tax laws, whatever it may be. Please report it. But congrats, man. That's a win. And that's the beautiful thing about spec mining, is there's a chance that you could do very well. And I think that's why a lot of people like mining, because the most that you're spending in that particular case is the cost of electricity. Now, some places are high, some places are not. But if all you're doing is allocating a little bit of your time to, you know, update the rigs, update your overclocks, get it mining on that particular pool, and then there's a chance in the future because the project looks healthy, right? You're checking the GitHubs, you're checking their social media feeds, you're impressed by the devs. The devs are in it for the long haul. They're not just one of those people that like to pump a project and leave. Then you could wind up spec mining a bunch of this coin or this particular project and waiting for it to get on exchanges, get listed, and then cash out, take some profits, or just, you know, do little chunks, 25% here, 50% there, so on and so forth. So if you were one of the few that were able to take profits, don't dox yourself. Let us know in the comments. I'm happy for you. Congratulations. I'm glad to hear that you're able to make bank off of the mistake that TradeOgre made, but also because you were able to get in early and mine a bunch of this coin before everybody else started talking about it. And that's the beautiful thing about spec mining. There are different tools for you to go find and identify a new token that you can get into, mine early, and then have a chance at getting decent profits in the future. It may not be profitable now, but it may be profitable in the future. But that's going to do it for today's video. Please do me a favor on the way out and hit the like button. Make sure to get subscribed, hit the notification bell to hit stay up to date, and hit the date, stay up to date. And check out links in the description that help support the channel and what we do here. I thank you very much. Appreciate every single one of you. Take care. I'll catch you next one.